going on? It's your boy T Will. We back here with another episode today. Um, we need to talk about the NFL playoffs, the CFP National Championship, and probably some other news we're gonna go ahead and look at. But today, first off, we got to start off with the divisional round playoffs. Um, we got Buffalo Bills versus Denver Broncos, and this is a very interesting game, just because Buffalo, Josh Allen, he's banged up. Uh, he took a hit to his knee in the beginning of the Jaguars game, um, but he still found a way to get it out. I believe he even went to the medical tent a couple times. But, for the most part, I believe that the Denver Broncos got a very, very good defense, but their offense stalls out a lot. Sometimes it takes them a long time to get into rhythm, and I believe that that may be their downfall in this game. I was kind of going back and forth trying to figure out who to select in this game, but I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills just because I believe Josh Allen is the better quarterback. Um, I believe if Buffalo has, any great chance at winning this game, they're gonna have to run the ball with Cook, and if they do that, then they'll be victorious. I just think Bo Nix, he doesn't have a lot of experience. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on him being a young QB at home, and the fans might get a little bit antsy. And sometimes in Denver, when they don't perform, I've seen it a couple times this year when they don't perform on offense, they start to boo. And if that happens, it may be some pressure that's put on Bo Nix that he's never felt before because you're one game away from the AFC Championship game. And I believe that the Buffalo Bills, with the experience at quarterback, MVP at quarterback, that they'll be able to pull out this victory. If I had to go for a score, I would say 28-25 Buffalo in a close one. Next up, we got the Houston Texans versus the New England Patriots. Now, see here, this one here is even though Drake May is a young quarterback, he's the most poised out of all the young quarterbacks that I've seen this year. I believe he has a great coach, solid defense, solid weapons on the offense. They got a game breaker in Travion Henderson. And then the other back, he's a power back. He's pretty solid as well. Um, they like to play smart football. But on the other hand, you got that Houston Texans defense that's one of the top, if not the top defense in the league. Um, but CJ Stroud, last game, man, he fumbled the ball 4 times. And I know people were like saying it was because of the cold weather and things like that. But it's also going to be cold in New England. I don't know what the weather forecast is for this game. I don't know if it's going to be snowing. But like I said in my previous videos, CJ Stroud is going to have to work somehow with that center. So they got something going on, good communication. But even though I said what I said about Drake May, that he's the most calm, poised, young quarterback out of them all, I'm going to give it to Houston. Just because last week, that game against the Chargers for New England, it seemed very stagnant. And the only reason I believe the Patriots won that game is because the Chargers couldn't score points on offense. But the Chargers defense is, I don't know why people don't talk about it. They got a really good defense. That was a very good defensive game that they played. But your defense can only hold on for so long. If your offense is not putting up points, eventually you get tired. Eventually you get unmotivated. And eventually the other team is going to score points if your team is not. Um, But for this game, I'm gonna pick the Houston Texans just because I believe that their defense is so good and so great. They're gonna force turnovers. They're gonna put pressure on May, and if they get a good hit on them, they might get a sack, fumble, and New England's territory to get a couple easy scores, maybe. And I think just the pressure of the Houston Texans defense and D'Amico Ryans coming in there hungry. I think the Houston Texans will advance and beat the New England Patriots at Foxborough. And the score of this game, since I think it'll be a defensive game, I'm going to go 21-17 Houston. Next up, we got Brock Purdy and the 49ers versus Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. You see, for me here, this is a proven game for Sam Darnold. He has a history of not coming through clutch in the big moments. It's been recently reported he has an oblique injury. And I know when Shador Sanders had that same injury in the preseason, I believe he sat out the following week. So don't know how that's going to affect him. He might not be able to throw the ball deep. He might not have to. He might not have the velocity on the football because when he throws it, he might be feeling that pain. Don't know how much that's going to affect him, but we will see. Because he's going to have to get the ball to JSN, and I think Brock Purdy is so fearless. He's been played in the Super Bowl. Last week in Philadelphia, he felt adversity, throwing an interception, and he still came out victorious. The 49ers are hungry. Shanahan is a great coach. Mike McDonald is a young coach. And so for me, I think you have to go with the 49ers as a business decision just because of the history of Sam Darnold, the experience of Kyle Shanahan, and the experience of Brock Purdy. I'm going to go 49ers 23, Seattle 10. That's what I'm going to go with. Just because I think that Sam Darnold, he doesn't perform in big games, and I don't know if he can be trusted. Seattle defense will try to hold on as best as it can, but San Francisco will prevail. Next up, what we got here? Hmm. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears, the monsters of the Midwest or the Midway, wherever they call themselves. The Bears. Caleb Williams has been outstanding in the fourth quarter of these playoffs. Um, he's been able to come back, make amazing throws. But for me, getting behind the Los Angeles Rams on the scoreboard is not a great idea. Um, even though the Rams have a solid defense, they're kind of weak on the back end. But if they get put in a situation to where the defense knows that you have to throw and that defensive line can get after Caleb, it may be a long day for Chicago. But it could go either way. But with the experience of Matthew Stafford, the MVP season that he's having, I will have to go with Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams winning in Chicago 28-13. And the reason why I feel this way is because Stafford is seasoned, he's polished. Caleb is young. And if they try to wait to the fourth quarter like they did against the Packers, one thing about the Rams is they don't sit back and chill. They like to run up the score on you. And after the game that they had last weekend, the close game that they had against Carolina, I think they come in here, try to take care of business. They will not play around. And the Los Angeles Rams will win this game and advance to the NFC Championship game. And it'll be an all California NFC Championship game, which will be very interesting. Now, there were some other things that I wanted to bring up in this show because I saw a couple videos, a couple things that went down today, and it was very interesting. Some of the stuff that I heard, if I could find that for you really quick. Um, let me see here. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna add it. I will mute my.
2026. And I'm certainly, obviously, not upset by that whatsoever. I think he got better with feet. I think he got better with vision, which usually those things are 2 and 2 because your feet take your eyes. I think he got a better grip of the offense. I think he got a better grip with trying to lead his teammates on offense. Even though, hey, offensive line wasn't good. He had struggles at times. I mean, falling backwards and some of the other things. The game against Cincinnati, I think over time, and I'm going to paint you out to be a villain here. Over time, you're going to have to remind me of the game against Cincinnati. I'm just going to tell you right now because I can see where I'm going to go with it. Is I think he's the most realistic option to start. I will not want to remember the game against Cincinnati. I guarantee it. So I think he got better at those things. And then I'm not trying to rip on the guy, man, but he outperformed your third round pick. And I'm thinking, why did we do all this with this third round choice? I'm not trying to be mean. I don't hate the guy. I know that some people, because of the discourse, that some people have been defensive of him. I'm just letting you guys know, like, okay, yeah, you could have still taken Shador in the 5th round, but he clearly, to me, and I know the stats say different, I think that anybody who watched the games, I think he outperformed Dylan Gabriel. And I'm thinking, hey, man, even if he's playing like a later round pick, what were you doing in the 3rd round with the other guy?
So, just like I've been saying, there are some people in Cleveland that are clueless, and there's some people in Cleveland that are actually looking at it with an open mind and not being, you know, influenced by other people that have these negative words about Shadur Sanders. And, this guy on the left, I think his name is Anthony Lima. The other day, he posted a tweet about talking about Shador fans and Shador followers. It's like a cult, and I didn't know he was being compared to MLK and all this crazy stuff. And the undertones that he used are really weird. And I don't know if he don't like Shador because of his complexion or his braids or whatever. But it seems like Cleveland or the media in Cleveland period, that do they just want a white quarterback? Is that what it is? Because I'm getting really, really confused with the stuff that I be hearing these people say. And it's very, very, very infuriating. Every single time these people do an interview, they always try to discredit him. This is one of the few people that they have. My man Ken Carman over here. He's actually only one of the few, besides like Rizzo and Peterman and all them. He's like one of the few, and he has to work with this guy every day that's on this negative crap, always talking about other quarterbacks. They talking about Malik Willis. They talking about Mac Jones. Man, is you serious? Is you serious? The reason Malik Willis looks good is because he's in Green Bay. They have a great system. They have players. They have receivers. Multiple. They have Jacobs at running back. You talking about the 49ers. They have McCaffrey. They have Kittle. They have weapons. That is a difference. Who on the Browns is better than Christian McCaffrey? Who on the Browns is better than Jacobs at running back? Who on the Browns is better than wide receivers on the 49ers and the Packers? None of them. Zero. So when you start talking about these other quarterbacks and how good they look in other places, you want to know why? Because that place that they at is different than the place where you are. And it was y'all lucky that Shador was even able to come in there and show y'all that he knew how to play. Because if Dylan Gabriel wouldn't have got a concussion, we might not have even seen Shador. But y'all want to do this crap. Y'all want to talk about a quarterback. Well, yeah, we don't know if he's an answer. Um, I don't think he is. Every single person that they bring on the show for an interview, the first thing they say is, "Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think you guys have the answer on your roster. The answer's in 27. The answer's in 27. The answer's in 27. Last year, y'all said the answer was this year, right? And y'all was wrong about that. Y'all was wrong about that. If you don't realize that the kid can play quarterback or you just don't like him, then just say that. I'll be cool with that, man. Just say I don't. You know what? I don't like him. I don't like his dad. I don't like what. I don't like their family. You know, whatever. Say come on. Say something. But just to come with this bull crap every single time. Oh, his stats didn't show. His stats didn't show. Practice squad O line. Okay. Practice squad receivers. You had a practice squad tight end drop a touchdown in a Bengals game. That was a touchdown right in his hand. He just dropped it. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Then Quinshon Judkins dislocates his ankle and breaks his fibula. And then y'all have no start running backs. Y'all have no running game. First down, second down, run. Third down, pass. Third down and long pass. How do you think that's going to work? Let's be realistic here. But y'all don't want to be realistic. Y'all just want to write the kid off, get rid of him. But guess what? Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. You feel me? Because if there's somebody somewhere that believes in this kid that's willing to work with him and teach him, he has the tools, he has the belief, and he has the heart to play quarterback. So it's just sickening. It's very weird that these people do this every single week, every single day. There's more positions than quarterback that y'all need help with, but y'all continue to talk about this kid like he ain't nothing, like he just not good, like he just did. Oh, he can't make tight window throws. Throw to Fannin, tight window. The throw to Njoku, tight window. The throw in the preseason, tight window. The throw back shoulder to Fannin on the sideline, tight window. The throw to Judy, tight window. What are you talking about? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Like it's very disgusting that grown man like this clown Lima just does the stuff that he does and he just says crazy stuff. He should just go back to studying and watching baseball. Period. Because he has nothing good to say about Shador. He always laughs when he says stuff that he knows is gonna get people aroused. He does a little grin smirk or whatever the hell he always does. It's annoying, man. And I don't know how anybody can succeed with negative media and negative folks all the time. It's sickening. There's something else I wanted to talk to y'all about too. Let me get it up here. Let me find it for y'all. And we gonna end it on this. Uh, I don't know why it's be taking forever for this stuff to pop up. But it's like, dang man, that stuff right there is just sickening. I do not understand it at all. But it is what it is. What? Ah, here we go. Damn. All right. All right. We got the Miami Hurricanes versus the Indiana Hoosiers. They saying 68% chance IU gonna win this game. Now, I don't know where they got that from, but if you watch Miami play, Ole Miss and Miami, that was a real good game. And I think IU is gonna be in for a rude awakening. Um, you got Beck versus Mendoza, which is, experience versus, Mendoza isn't as seasoned as Beck, but he got some starts up under his belt. We want to go running back for running back, Fletcher versus Hemby, 1,080 versus 1,060. Hemby got more carries. You want to go receiver for receiver, Cooper got 866. Tony got 1,089. Then you got Messador with 10.5. You got Hardy with 8. And the linebackers is leading with tackles. You got Hardy with 99, and then you got Toure with 73. When you look at this matchup, this game is gonna be won in the trenches, and to me, it's just me, but I think that IU is in for a rude awakening, and the University of Miami is gonna play physical. They're gonna get after Mendoza. They're gonna hit Mendoza, and I think the last time Mendoza was really hit was the Big Ten championship game when they played against Ohio State. And I think Miami can get Mendoza the same pressure on Mendoza. They can fluster Mendoza. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Mendoza because he's from there. Um, and then Miami gonna want to show out for their home team. I mean, their home fans. That is their home stadium. And I'm willing to bet that the University of Miami will win this game. And I think the game will probably be, say, 23-13. 23-13, the University of Miami wins the national championship at home in Miami against IU, and the most followed story in years, the Indiana Hoosiers. I think Miami is hungry. Everybody's already crowning IU, and I think that is bad recipe for a team in Miami that's gonna come in hungry. They in their home stadium. This is the national championship. Man, a lot of emotions, a lot of legacies on the line. I'm gonna have to give it to the University of Miami. With that being said, that was the final topic that I had today. If you like the content, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications whenever I upload. And if you like what you see, or if you got any suggestions for me, just type in the comments. I'll respond. Keep it casual. Um, and you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the NFL playoffs this weekend. The national championship game on Monday night. Everybody be safe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.